Hey guys, Ryan here. Thank you for joining me for a new video. First, take in how beautiful the sunset is behind me. I love it at this time of day because it's not so bright that I have to like squint just to look at the camera. I don't know why, my eyes are super sensitive to light. Anyways, I'm excited about tonight's video topic. I actually teased it last night in my top 5 niches of the week video, which by the way, if you missed it, I'll put a link right here in the YouTube cards or here. I never get it right, but it's gonna be in one of the corners here and you can go check that out. But tonight I want to share with you 16 viral, extremely popular Amazon merch print-on-demand graphic design styles. Really more or less optimized for t-shirts. Now, funny quick backstory, like I was putting this stuff together for myself. I had no intention of sharing it with anybody. I was just thinking to myself like, hey, the next time I need to create a new t-shirt design, I'm gonna need a go-to design style. And I basically went through the merch research tools, which by the way, I got links in the description if you want like a free 3-day trial to Merch Informer or Merch Ninja, by the way, which is my tool of choice just because it's faster, but it's a little bit pricier. But I went through them, looked at probably 500 to 1,000 t-shirt designs, looked for commonalities between the design styles, and went ahead and documented them. So I'm happy that I got smart and decided, you know what, I think it'll benefit everybody that watches my YouTube videos, and I'm happy to share it with you. I'm gonna go jump on my computer and we can get started. All right, guys, thank you again for joining me. Real quick, I have a print-on-demand giveaway that I'm running. I've been running weekly giveaways. This is the 4th week. Check it out, link in the description. It's completely free to enter. Before we start, let me introduce myself real quick for the new viewers. I'm Ryan Hogue. I've sold over $1.7 million on Amazon to date, and $250,000 of that came through Amazon merch. If you want to follow, links in the description. I've got a free 7-day Amazon merch mini course, really optimized for beginners, but hey, it's free. You might as well check it out even if you're no longer a beginner. I also have an Amazon merch Facebook community. I'd love to have you there. And if you didn't know, I publish income reports. You can subscribe to my channel and follow my progress as an Amazon merch seller. I also share my FBA income, general print-on-demand income, KDP, YouTube, etc. Last but not least, I have a massive Amazon merch course, over 60 lectures, complete knowledge transfer from me to you. I'm 3.5 years deep and I'm in tier 100,000. If you want to hit the fast forward button, you can go ahead, check it out, link in the description. All right, who's ready for 16 design styles to help you sell more print-on-demand products? So design number 1 probably will not come as a surprise. Stop for 2 seconds and guess what it is. I'll bet you half you guys guessed correctly. So yeah, the vintage style sunset designs. I mean, this one had to be ranked high. You guys know, I'm sure you've done niche research. I'm sure if you start at the top, you will see plenty of these. Like if you go to my search merch tool, which filters out non-Amazon merch listings, and you don't even have to type a keyword in. You can actually just click search on a product type and it will yield the top results from Amazon merch. And yeah, you're gonna see a couple vintage sunset designs in there. So that had to be number 1. And then real quick, if you guys are interested, all sunsets, I love them. They build pre-made graphics, sunset graphics. You can check it out, link in the description. It's very cheap. It's $27 for an annual license. All right, number 2, design style number 2. I'm just calling this the generic graphic plus text design. And these two are some best sellers from Amazon merch. You'll notice that they are also in a similar niche where it's like gamers and birthdays. Now, loving gaming is not unique just to young people, but also it's, you know, this is for 11-year-olds and 10-year-olds, but also take a quick note on how big their designs are. Again, I love coming back to this point, guys. If people shop with their eyes. If they can't see your design in search results, and by the way, on Amazon, they list 48 results. So let's just say you're one of 48. If your design isn't big and pops off the screen, like this one right here, I really like, then you're fighting an uphill battle to get clicked, and you can't get bought if you don't get clicked from search results, right? There's a linear sequence that has to go down, and part of it is ranking on page 1, part of it is getting clicked from page 1, and then, you know, if your listing's optimized, you get the sale. And by the way, you know, there's a lot to learn. That's why I do offer a course, just saying. All right, number 3, retro color theme. Notice how simple this design is. Like there's a lot of Joe Biden, Kamala Harris 2020 shirts being sold right now. But this one is like a mix of, hey, it's political, but I'm not going to put a political design spin on it. I'm going to go back to the basics. I'm going to go to the retro vintage color theme and just do text. we're all capable of doing text designs. I mean, it's literally as simple as it sounds. You open the text tool and you type. I mean, and then you select the text, change the color, and kind of use this vintage theme. All right, number 4, and I'm gonna lose track of counting at some point, but I think I'm still good. I think this is number 4. I'm calling this the Rainbow Pride theme. Now, the rainbow flag is the gay pride flag, and I think that this is also, it can be deployed as a design style as well, even if the subject matter does not necessarily directly associate with gay pride. Like the shirt on the left there, science is real, Black Lives Matter, no humans. It doesn't say anything about, I guess it says love is love. And that is the biggest piece of text. So I may stand corrected, but either way, you get the point. This is a design style. And you'll notice that this one also has a distressed effect. I can't tell if the left one does. I don't think it does, but the one on the right does. All right, number 5. I'm calling this the vintage font. All right, so if we go back to, this is the retro color theme, and it's just any font, but this one right here, regardless of the color of the font, I just want to point out that like this vintage, it's called Summer of 76. I'm sure there's alternatives, but this one specifically is called Summer of 76. I just realized actually that this is not an exact match because you can tell the M's are a little bit different. So if you want a similar one, check out Summer of 76. Anyways, this is one of the design styles because you can pretty much take just words. Again, if you're not a strong designer and you don't want to go pay for pre-made graphics at All Sunsets or someplace similar, you can just use text. Just get creative. All right, vintage number 2. So again, very similar to the previous one. Instead of like this specific font style, this is more of just like a mixture. You can kind of mix in the I don't know, it's almost like a half sunset vintage graphic there, and then that one was attacking a birthday niche on the left-hand side, and then on the right-hand side here, and this could be a design style in itself, because you see how they took a word, or in this case a name, and instead of just writing it out all on one line, they did 2 letters, 2 letters, 2 letters. That in itself could have been counted as a design style. Maybe I should have just called this slide that, you know, where you split up a word, but it's still a very big, large, bold design that pops and stands out. It's a little bit different. All right, this one, I don't know. I just lost count. What are we at, like 7 now? This one is just the circle plus text theme. Now, I don't know if y'all have ever sold shirts like this, but I can think back to when I was early on Amazon merch. One of the first evergreen, like when you're new to merch, it's going to take a couple successes to get you excited and get you really feeling like you can do this. For me, it was when I realized I could sell designs in this style. I'm not saying this niche, ignore the niche. I'm saying in this style with like the circle where you carve out the middle and put some stars. You don't have to put stars, but I did have stars. And this was like 3.5 years ago. I mean, this is when I was early into merch. And I was selling designs like this, and I would just swap out the words. You know, like I sold a shirt that just said like Happy Father's Day or like World's Best Dad. You know what I mean? I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to do niche research and all that crap, but I found that this design style was working. It was generating sales for me, so I just stuck with it. And all of a sudden, I started getting more confident about my ability to really make it as a merch seller. And now I'm into 100,000. So, you know, it's been a while, but yeah, it's part of the success story. All right. This one I'm calling the parental advisory. Now, I don't even remember the origin of this style, but I'm pretty sure it was parental advisory stickers on CDs. If you guys remember, shout out to those of you guys that remember what it was like to have a CD player and go buy CDs. But, and I used to be so against streaming music. I did not think that was going to catch on, but I stood to be incorrect on that one big time. Anyways, this is a design style. As you can see, you can change the text, just keep the style where it's, you know, white text on black background, black text on white background, white text on black. You just alternate it. All right, this one, I should have probably positioned this one next to the earlier retro vintage styles, but for some reason, man, this one, I don't know if this is new or if this has been around, but guys, go fire up Merch Informer, Merch Ninja, or my search merch tool, which is free. Fire it up. Do a quick scroll through the first 150, 200 designs. Count how many of these you see. It seems so simple and so obvious, especially when you can use a tool like AutomatePOD, which also link in the description. And if you were to use a tool like AutomatePOD, you can swap out the 1970 and it'll do it for you. You can upload a CSV list of 100 different years and hit go, and it will download all of them for you, probably in like 3 to 4 minutes. And you'll have 100 new designs for Amazon merch. This is a big part of my strategy to upload 100,000 designs. I have like, let me see what I'm at right now. I'm at, I have 79,400 to go, but hey, you know what? I'm being diligent. I'm working towards that goal. Anyways, yeah, this design style works. You will see a ton of these in the top sellers, and very simple approach. It's that vintage retro look. I don't know why people love it. All right, this is a design style. Like it or not, guys, I'm not a Trump guy. I'm not a Biden guy. I'm just saying this is a design style. We are 4 years deep, 4+, since the original Make America Great Again style. And while people remember the text, you may or may not remember that there's the line with the 5 stars and the line above and below. So that has become, and then also the MAGA parody, where you can swap the you can swap the words out. And this is probably here to stay, I would imagine, at least for another few months, year. I don't know. Well, it depends on the election, actually, but at least a couple more months. And then also political style. All right, similar to how, again, politics have been dominating the news cycle. Anything that dominates the news cycle is going to move some t-shirts, move some product, and yeah, around political election years, etc. The political style, which, I mean, I don't know if it was Obama that made it really popular. In my mind, I remember seeing a lot of the Obama designs like this. I don't know if they were big before Obama, but either way, this as a design style also works quite well. All right, and then this one, I'm calling text repetition. This is similar to that Kamala design where it was K-A-M-A-L-A. It's just a creative way of taking a single word and splitting it up into a little bit more of a creative design. This is also a great, easy to do design approach where you can literally just type the same thing, return, type it again, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. You can mess with your, I think it's called leading, where you can adjust the vertical space between the words and get it looking exactly how you want it, and that sells. Another design style, not the hardest in the world to execute. You can just go grab a heartbeat graphic and then go grab a controller graphic, basketball graphic, whatever graphic, and insert it in the heartbeat. I mean, how easy is that? But these heartbeat shirts sell extremely well for obvious reasons. Any of your passions, for instance, you can put the a graphic associated, and you don't even have to. You can just put a heartbeat and put the word underneath it too. It'd be easy to scale out those designs as well. And also these remind me of nurse shirts. So this would be easy to also cross niche and say just a nurse who loves basketball, right? For this one, you could add text to that. You can take that design, sell it, then make another version of it, just a nurse who loves basketball. I'm just making this up as I go, but hopefully you guys see. If you're in tier 100,000 like me, you got to get creative with ways to tackle different niches and also cross niching with popular things like, hey, basketball and nurses, two very popular niches. There's definitely potential there. Another design style, this Run DMC. By the way, Run DMC, those of you that are not familiar, I'm sure that will result in a rejection if you were to actually upload Run DMC, because that's a popular like rap duo. I mean, they were a popular rap duo. I guess not so much anymore. Either way, it's this design style that I think they made popular. I'm assuming, again, this is like predating me, but I'm pretty sure it was them that made this design style popular. And what you may see done is you keep the red lines, you keep the run, and then the under part, the DMC, you would swap that out with something else. And then you see those designs, maybe not that popular recently, but I've seen a lot of them being popular in the past. All right, this one, I'm just calling this the silhouette. This one is actually easy to execute. All you really need to do in theory, I mean, I wouldn't recommend doing this, but like you could go to anywhere that you can get images and you could make them your own original works by just applying a color overlay in Photoshop. So if you were to take an image from Google Images, I'm not saying you should do this. I know it's probably not in the, it's a blurred line, guys. The way that copyright works, when you say transformative, make it original. But you know, who knows what this silhouette of Bigfoot looked like prior to the color overlay. Maybe they designed it like this. We don't know. But anyways, you can take PNG graphics, load them into Photoshop, right click the layer, blending options, color overlay, and then just put the silhouette as a t-shirt. This is super quick, super easy to do. So if you're running out of ideas, I mean, come on. How hard is that to do that? And then I wanted to add this one. I know it's obvious, but taking a text-based design, rendering it, and then distressing the text and then rendering it again. You just turned one design into two. And seriously, people love their distressed text designs. Now, you can actually distress the design yourself, or you can go find a distressed font family such as Edmund Texture, EDMUND Texture. That's a really popular one. Those of you guys that design in Canva, I'm sure you're familiar with it because it's definitely one of the most popular fonts there. All right, and that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did. I'm definitely going to be like keeping that slide deck that I just showed you in my references for all the designs that I'm trying to create between now and the fourth quarter. But hey guys, thank you so much for watching till the end. I appreciate your time. I hope this video helped you on your print-on-demand design quests. If it did, please just hit the like button. Let the YouTube algorithm know. And if you're not subscribed, you want to consider doing so. It would mean a lot to me. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.
Passive Income School is open. Enroll now at RyansMethod.com. Thank you.